Hello everyone. We're we're back and we're going over on the growth spreadsheet of the soybean workbook on page EX 181. I'm sorry, 183 and 184 of your book. We've already done the yield, so now we're going to start with the growth. I'm sorry, it's actually 181 to 182. That's the soybean one, review assignments. So we're going to start at the first page, line 11. It's going to ask us for the date, the current date, and B5. So let's get right to it. That's B. Current date is 10/5/2020. Enter. Item 11 in the growth sheet, B12. 12. Use autofill to insert the text strings day 1 through day 112. So day 1, and we're not going to type that all in. What we're going to do is we're going to just go right in the corner there where you get the X there, the plus. When it gets moving, you just carry that, and you see that it all is all the way down. You're filling it all the way down. Now, if you came up with a day 1 all the way through, you just click it right down at the bottom here. You had copy cells. What we want to make sure is you have the fill series, and that's the way it came out. So we're done with that part. Now, in cell G5, calculate the GDD. We used the formulas before for the yield. Let's take a look what it is for here. There it is, the formulas for the yield right there, it measures for the growth. We've only got the one formula, and it's a good one. It's the growing degree day, where they're looking, measures the growth of the crop in response to changing temperature. This is the formula that we're going to do. It's always good to set a formula page, a spreadsheet, in your book. That way, when people are looking at your calculations, they can see how you came up with the formula. So there's the one that we're going to be looking at. Notice that lower than 50 for T-min and 78 for T-max. That's your criteria that you have to go within as well. And that, when we go back to the growth page, you'll see this is the temperature range that we're going to be looking at here. So let's get that here. So the GDD, I've already got a formula in there. And there's the formula at the top. It equals max, E5, the absolutes that we're using. There's your minimums and your max for those columns for daily low and daily high. And they want us to go ahead and bring it all the way down. Fill that right up. And there it is. So next item, use the quick analysis tool to calculate. And there again, we're going to go all the way back down. And you see something has added. Now that we've had that, we did the autofill, now we've got what's the quick analysis. You can either do Control Q and have it come up, or you can click it right there. You notice that you're going to have, if you hover over the different sets that you've got available, it's showing you what's going on. So you can say, oh, I could use that for this portion. What we're doing is we're doing totals. We're going to put everything into column I, which will give us our running total. So if you look at that, instead of getting, you can even get percentages of each one of those. This gives you a total, the running total of the GDD. So it adds it up. We can go on up. 9.5 plus 0, 9.5 plus 11.5, that's 20, plus 8, that's 29. So you can take a quick look and see that it is working correctly. And you always want to do that. You want to make sure that what you're doing is correct. So next is in line 16, I'm going to put in B9. They want the date to be 5/12/2017. So put 5/12/2017. Enter. The next in cell J5, that's the date. It wants the formula, which would be equal to B9. I have issues with that sometimes. You don't get a good formula at the end, so I'll just use the exact number that we have. 12/2017. It's the same thing. And we're going to fill that all the way in. So far, no problems. We're doing pretty good here. And it brings it all the way to August 31st. And there you go. It fills that right in. Copied it all the way down. In cell B8, this is line 18. So by there, it wants us to have M070. Why do they want that? Well, if you look over, that's the soybean types, and the maturity group, it's saying it's going to be M070, so around cumulative being 1930, and go down, where's 1930? Somewhere around date 95, 96, that's when we should be ready. So we'll see if that hypothesis works. So we've got that. Next, we're going to go to in cell B10, GDD to in cell B10, use VLOOKUP function to retrieve the cumulative GDD value for the M70 hybrid hint. Okay, so they're looking for L12 to 21. So let's get that here. We're going to do a VLOOKUP equals, you can do it a number of different ways. I just like to VLOOKUP, lookup. And it's saying we want for our B12, B8, and how's it going to tie in to our maturity group here. It's going to give us, hopefully, 1930 should be the answer. We'll see if that's going to actually come up with our answer. So B8. The column would be L12 through M21. It's 2 columns. If it was 3, we'd have 3 there. And now it's asking true, approximate, match, or false exact. So we want the exact. So we can just move that in, enter that, and sure enough, it comes in. It's 1930, which is what we want, which is great. So that was B10. Number 20 in cell I5. We're going to write another formula here. It's going to want us to enter an if function that tests whether the accumulation GDD value in cell H5 is greater than the maturity value in cell B10. So let's get a formula for there. So we need equal if H5 is greater than H5 greater than or equal to what's the B10. That should do that. And it's going to be, is it ready? Ready? Or not ready? Let's find out if that's going to work. Enter. And it says not ready. So we can actually, I think that's what it wants us to do, is bring it all the way down. Use the absolute, it did, and then otherwise, and copy the formula throughout the whole range. So let's bring it all the way back down. And it is. There we go. Oop, a little too much there. And it shows ready is at D96, like we expected. So that's a good thing. You've done good so far. So the next one, in cell B12, insert a VLOOKUP, B12. And what we're looking at is the date that you're the harvest is ready. So again, we're going to start up another VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP. In this case, we're going to have ready, because we want to know when it's going to be ready for. Good. The column's going to be through I through J, and then it's 2 columns. And here you're going to have, is it true or false? False. I wonder why that didn't see that. Might have got that wrong. I thought it was wrong. What happened here? Ready. There's something wrong there. There it is. Ready, false. We found a typo. Yes. So you go back 8:15. It works. That's the lookup we had. So the next one is in B12, calculate the number. So that's the very last part there. We'll do this. Equal to B11 minus B9. That should be 95. It is. And there you have it. It's got all the formulas that you need. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.